no one's gonna notice that the frame rate has changed. I've gone from 60 down to 30. Nobody gives a shit.
Okay, Jamie, first off, everyone gives a shit. And if you give a shit just like I do me a favor. In the comments below, if you could talk about how Jamie needs to step up his frame rate, among other things, that would be greatly appreciated.
So there are two upgrades, Brandon Chalmers, that I want for us.
Sir. Yeah.
There are two upgrades.
A new co-host, first and foremost.
No. That bomb-ass microphone. The
$700 jobby?
No, the $400 microphone.
$400. My apologies. That's right.
$400 microphone, and then ZV-1s for both of us. It's the Sony little hand cam that has face auto tracking, but also it has presentation mode. So like if you hold up like a toy to the lens, it'll zoom. It'll like focus on that, and then you bring. So those are the two upgrades. I won't tell you what the total cost is, so it's going to be
probably for the best. But
yeah.
Jamie, we have never reached out to our fandom to see if we can get like an Indiegogo happen. So maybe now's the time.
I will give it I will give it another year, and then next year we'll go hard about like getting upgrades for our gear. We'll see where we are.
That's fair. I was going to say my immediate next thought would be, let's just straight make a sticker, but we'll do like a Kickstarter campaign for a sticker, and just see if we can really overexceed.
We could very easily run a sticker campaign, like $5 to get a sticker set or whatever.
Right, but here's my concern. That's going to feed off of your fandom, not mine, because I don't have one. And you could only hit that well, but so many times.
No.
And since
we keep
today, if I'm not mistaken, hang on, wait. When we record this, you just released a book.
Bro, yes.
So let's double back a second. Fuck the podcast. Sorry, boss. We need to get the business. You need to get paid, son. That's what I'm talking about. Do me a favor, if you could. Because I think we all kind of have an idea what the premise is. Give us the name of the book.
School for Extraterrestrial Girls, Book 1, Girl on Fire.
Where can they find it?
You can find it on Amazon or wherever you order comics. So like your local comic shop. I think the pre-orders for them are out, but they can still order it for you. So if you want to support a local business, go to your local comic book shop. Tell them you're interested in this book. They'll be able to track it down for you.
Awesome.
It released today. We're going through Paper Cuts, which is they're like more of a traditional publisher, so they go on like traditional book publishing schedule rather than like comic schedule, because comics come out every Wednesday. So our release is on a Tuesday. So if you're used to like the way traditional comics are released, ours is a little bit different. Paper Cuts is like a more of a traditional publisher. So that's why ours came out today. We're recording this. So if you're interested, check it out. If you go to the Paper Cuts website, the first chapter is up for free. So you can even preview it to see if it's something that you want to support, and if you're interested, so you can check it out that way. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's weird though, because normally for a book release, you would try to contact your local comic book shop and have an event, and like you do a signing at it and all that kind of stuff. And like we're in the middle of a pandemic. And because America is so scary good at things, we are number one in pandemic. We can't go nowhere. We can't go nowhere. We can't. If you are watching this in the future, just know we live in a country full of stupid people. So me and Jeremy have been trying to promote online as best as we can, but it's not the same. We've got interviews lined up for different places and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like it's going to be a slow burn. We can't.
Yeah, I think that's fair though. Like, you know, you're hitting every place you possibly can given the pandemic. You want to make sure that people are staying safe. That's important to you, but at the same time, like, you both spent a ton of time and effort on this.
Yeah.
And you want people to see it and read it and enjoy it and give you feedback and be like, I love this. And that's kind of part of the thought process. So I assume there's going to be a link in the description for the podcast.
I will do that. I will self-promote for once.
Good. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Please.
Yeah.
Please put one in every description that we have on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere. So this way you'll have an opportunity to go pick it up yourself. You should totally do so. And a lot of the audience is designed, obviously, like anybody can read it, but designed for a young adult audience. Is that the idea?
It's definitely a YA book. So we're aiming it towards like high schoolish, because our lead character goes to high school. So that's sort of the age range that we're aiming for. Hopefully older people can get into it. Hopefully younger people can get into it. I know we're going to give it to Hazel because she reads everything. So
right. But the idea is the content is safe enough, I assume, that you could hand it to someone younger, while they may not necessarily understand maybe all the context just yet, because they might miss some of the nuances of high school and what have you. They're going to be able to enjoy it. They're going to be able to relate themselves to the main character. They're going to be able to find a bit of themselves in this person and be able to explore it. So if you have someone who is of the, young adult age bracket or slightly below, and you're like, hey, I haven't picked up a book for them for a while, and we're in a pandemic, and it'd be cool to, one, give them a new story that they haven't read before, and two, be able to support a buddy. Why not both?
Yeah. And we have a 3-book deal. I'm currently working on book 2 right now, and we're going to have like a solid arc, a 3-book arc. So
cool.
If you jump on at the beginning, it's great. If you jump on the second one, it'll be great too. Like You're
a bastard. You're a bastard. Hear me. Jamie won't tell you, but I'll tell you right now. You 2-ton son of a bitch. If you wait on this, all right, you're going to catch my fucking eye, right? Well, this one right here, I'm going to be giving you just fucking... That's what you're going to catch all day. Just, you're better than this. But like, you and I both know you're better than this.
I understand if people want to wait just to see the reactions, or if like money is tight now because no one has jobs.
Fair enough. Okay.
So like, by the time book 2 comes out and things even out, if you missed out on book 1, hopefully book 2 will interest you enough to go back and check out the first one, so you can see the origin of some of our characters and stuff. So I don't know. It's gonna be a good set. I hope people buy it. It's my first big project from a major publisher. Jeremy has done work for Marvel already, so he's already like knocked that off of his bucket list. But hopefully we'll be doing good things and interesting things with the School for Girls. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
It's a weird time to launch a project, but fuck it,
What are you supposed to do, man? Like, you got the thing done. You got to keep the wheels moving.
Yeah. And our publisher and editors are happy with it so far. So that gives me confidence. If they're not, shitting on us, that gives me confidence. Like, hey, they like it, so we like it. It's real bad if you get the call.
Such a high bar. Like, if they're not shitting on us.
Yeah. If they're not giving us the call and say like, hey, we gotta talk. Yeah. If we're not getting that email,
so are you sitting down?
Yeah.
Like, wait. Is anyone else on this call? No. Like, oh no, I'm being replaced. No.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. I hope people like these characters. I hope people yell and scream at the book. If you like feelings, this book has feelings. Teenagers have feelings. And I believe Jeremy has done a great job of capturing and distilling feelings into the comic. So yeah, it's cool. I want to see fan art. I can't wait for people to like do weird ships of characters. Be like, I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's cool. It's weird. It's a book. Haven't seen it yet. I'm excited.
Good
I'm
man.
Excited. I want to host events, but I can't. So,
good man.
Yeah. Right. Brandon, we need to extend this cold open a lot longer.
Ooh, do we?
Do we?
Oh,
Oh no!
hey!
Do we do?
Sorry,
camera,
boss.
Do we do camera news? Do I talk about cameras before we go into the? I forget. We skipped last week because we needed a break.
You always so to my understanding, you would always get into camera news before we get into the body of the show.
Okay. All right.
Now,
Well,
if you want to keep that going, currently right now, I believe we are at the 21-minute marker, give or take, for the cold open. So
we're going to extend it. We're going to extend
right
it.
on through that.
We're going to extend it, Brandon Chalmers, because your favorite camera company, Olympus, has just announced a new body. So they are going kicking and screaming. They're going out kicking and screaming. They dropped a new lens. They dropped a new body.
Hell yeah.
They're going strong. They're going strong.
Yeah. I will not go gently into this good night. My name is Olympus. God damn. Fucking Zeus and shit.
Yeah.
Zeus and shit.
So
fucking yeah.
Your OMD, you have the 10 Mark II, correct?
Yes, I have the OMD EM10 Mark
10 Mark II, right?
Around here. I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
So they had the 10 Mark III when you bought the 2, which was a smart way to go because the 3 was sort of an incremental upgrade. They've announced a 4.
Yeah.
They've announced a 4. It's got a new sensor. You get your 20.1 megapixels instead of your 16.1 megapixels. It's got a flippy screen that flips down, which is weird. It's weird because if you're a vlogger, typically you would want to hold.
I would say, would you want it up?
Yeah, or up or to the side, because when you're holding a selfie stick, you want it to be on the side. If it's flipped down, then you kind of have to hold the camera by itself to do your vlogging. But if you put a wide enough lens on it, it should be all right. No,
that's fair. That is a little weird. Like that is definitely one of the concerns that I would have about using that camera itself is getting the framing correct with the way that the camera, like the flip screen, is set up. It's very much set up for like, hey, you can take a low angle shot and be able to see the screen from below or whatever it is, which is nice from a camera taking feature, but not so much for a vlogging selfie kind of scenario. So I definitely understand that.
There are all sorts of L brackets that you can get so that you offset it so that, when you flip it down, like that's cool. They're trying.
No, that's that's fine. No,
they're trying.
No, believe me, I get it. And if I've learned anything, they're going to do their own thing. Like that's nothing new for them. So
yeah.
Okay, cool. Good for them.
I am not clear on whether or not the vlogging software, the webcam software will work with this. I assume it will.
Who cares?
Because it's the latest body. So
I would fucking hope so because I'm guessing the body is what, $800?
Yeah, it's like $795 or whatever. Some something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This. Hence why I bought the EM10 because it was $500.
Yeah.
And not $800. So it makes sense that the new one is going to be because I couldn't figure out what I was gaining for almost double the price, and this was part of my problem.
Yeah. So when the 5 drops under the OMD name instead of the Olympus name, chances are the 4 will drop in price, and that might be something to look at, perhaps.
And maybe that's something I do, or maybe I move into a Panasonic camera or something like that, where the lenses are still universal, in that sense that I can still use them as micro four thirds, but have a much better camera in that sense that actually understands screen placement and software and what have you. And
Speaking of,
I digress.
Speaking of lenses, they're dropping a 100 to 400 millimeter lens, which on a micro four thirds is 200 to 800. That is long as shit.
Yeah.
So you can if you're in the wilderness and you see a bear, you do not have to get all up in its face to get a good shot. You just slap that on your body, stand way the fuck far away, shoot down at 800. You're getting a great shot of a bear. You're getting a great shot of a bear.
That's the way it should be, Jamie. A great shot of a bear.
Yeah. So I think for wilderness, I think this lens is going to be a lot of fun because it's a micro four thirds. So it's going to be a smallish lens. It's not going to be like, if you're getting a full frame 100 to 400 lens, it's going to be like this chunk and big. It's going to be like 20 pounds of glass.
Right. Yeah.
You're gonna need like the Predator shoulder holster to hold it up on your arms.
Yeah,
and shit.
you're gonna need to do a lot of like shoulder presses, like a lot of shoulder presses and a mission statement.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot all the things, just forearms. I'm gonna shoot all this stuff just all day.
Yeah. So that's exciting.
I'm a camera bro. Camera bro.
Camera bro. You even shoot raw, bro? Do you even shoot raw?
Yeah. I bet your poser ass shoots JPEG. Yeah.
Check out this ISO. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Broseph, zoom in on that. All right? Yeah.
Check out these megapixels. Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking camera dude, bro. I wish there was a channel.
Yeah. Call this the body. Call this the lens. Yeah, that's right.
I wish there was a channel where there's just like a meathead doing camera reviews like that. Like,
no, you don't, because I guarantee you there is. Like there is. You just you just interneted that thing into existence. You know that, right? There's some dude, bro, who is absolutely like into lifting and cameras. Like,
I mean, there is a guy who does YouTube camera reviews and stuff, but he doesn't do like this. He doesn't do the total bro speak, which is what I need. I need like, fuck frames, man. How many reps can you do?
Yeah.
Or like,
I was like outside snapping photos, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna get my photos the same way I get my reps. You know what I mean? Like 4 sets of 5. You know what I mean? Like I want to go like high frame rate, like high weight. Yeah.
Oh man, that would be great.
Yeah, dude, this is what I'm talking about. Pecs and specs, like all day. I hate myself for all of that. I really do. Genuinely, I hate myself for that.
Oh man. Oh Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
I need that now. I need that kind of review. Fucking A. So I changed the frame rate of my camera because I'm gonna start using this to record YouTube videos and stuff. Friend of the show, Johnny Superstar Rockstar Shryock, is also thinking about shooting video stuff. And he has the cameras to do it. He's got the A9, the Sony A9, so it has the perfect eye autofocus. And I was like, you motherfucker. Because he puts it up and stands there.
One, he should. 2, he's gorgeous. He totally should.
Oh, yeah.
3, just the slow-mo glamour shots of him doing those one-handed pull-up. Jamie Noguchi, he might be the perfect Venn diagram. Guys who can do one-handed pull-ups and guys who can shoot like a motherfucker. Like just that perfect. He's managed to make a Reese's cup of both of our interests.
Yeah.
Like all we have to do is talk him into sounding like a douchebag. That's it. Like that's going to be the hardest part.
Yeah. So
because he's genuinely like the biggest sweetheart on the planet.
Yeah.
So getting him to sound like a douchebag is going to be a challenge.
I think we could do it.
You know what? Hang on, wait. We might be able to double team this, right? So you get Johnny to shoot it, right? And you get me to do the voiceover.
Yes. Do a guest spot where you like talking him up and stuff. Like, get those frames, bro.
Yeah.
Get those frames.
Yeah.
Man. But he's gonna start doing photography education stuff. Like, this is how you shoot a camera, this is how you frame a thing, and like working with his clients.
I would love that.
So I'll keep an eye.
Frankly, it should be a paid class, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on where he posts that. Like, if it's YouTube, I'm definitely linking it up here. If he does it more like Instagram,
hell yes,
Facebook and shit like that. So we'll keep an eye out. But he and I have been going back and forth about like figuring out audio stuff. He has a like, oh shit, I'm making a mess. He's got one of these Zoom recorders as a audio device.
Okay.
So we were trying to figure out how to like get the sync up, because through the Zoom like the online thing, it syncs up fine. But when you're recording directly into like QuickTime, there's a bit of a delay and the frames don't work. So we had to like come up with weird solutions.
You either need that clap or you need to make yourself like a little like scene snapper sort of thing.
Yeah. And the easiest solution we came up with was we both need PCs. So that's going to be in the future.
I like that both of my options are either free or low priced. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
We both need new computers.
We need
that's
new
really, yeah. That's if I've learned anything, like Brandon, please, like if we're gonna solve a problem, we're gonna throw a few thousand at it.
We're gonna throw some 20s at it.
Yeah, like please understand, we're gonna solve this problem with Benjamins.
Yeah.
Not Washingtons. Okay, yeah. Like know this.
There's a program for there's a couple of programs for the Mac that allows you to delay the audio so it syncs up properly, and so we've got that set up on his end. I got that set up on my end, so we can just record directly into QuickTime, and that makes things a little bit better. But I usually shoot. I set it to 60 frames. FPS for whatever reason. It just I don't know. And then I recorded a vlog from my art YouTube channel, and it looked all choppy because it was shooting too many frames. So it had that weird, like, you know, when you watch the Hobbit in 40 frames per second, how weird that shit looked. Yeah, that's how it looked. And I couldn't downgrade it because I had already shot it. So I changed my settings. So I don't know if you're on YouTube and you can tell the difference, but there's some shit that's going on that's different. No one should give a shit. I'm sorry. This cold opening is like a full half hour. I think that's a record for us. Brandon Chalmers, hit me with the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome, one and all, to the one, the only, the fucking Do It Cast, courtesy of the Hard Knock Media Podcasting Network. Now, I know, you're asking yourself, Brandon, Jay-Z is sponsoring us? No, hell no, no. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm Hove. Don't get me wrong. But what we're talking about is NOC as in Nerds of Color.
This is the diamond cutter, too. Like, what the fuck?
Look, look, all I'm saying is that's how you know quality, right? Yeah. It's Hove. It's diamonds. It's the cutter. Right. Like, it's, yeah, right. Self high five. Bam! Like all day long. That's what I'm talking about. And nice. Jamie, when I'm thinking about giving myself a high five, every time I hop on to the Hard Knock Media Podcasting Network, the first thing I think to do is just bam! All day long, just right overhead. And just congratulate myself for finding my way to one of the greatest websites on the internet. I searched through a series of tubes. Jay Miniguchi, it was borderline epic. I went on my own, like, search through the hobbits. I walked through shires. I carried rings. I fought weird not dragons. I realized that I could have solved this problem 3 movies ago by just riding an eagle there and just throwing the thing in some lava. Maybe I could have just heated it up in my own fireplace and maybe solved the problem that way. But nonetheless, I found myself at the loving shores of the Hard Knock Media Podcasting Network. Jamie Noguchi, I want you to tell the viewers, both here and at home, where they can type that web address in. What are they going to tickle those ivories and get to?
Oh my God. Can you imagine like a keyboard with ivory keys? That's crazy. That is crazy.
I assume there's some rich bitches out there who have that.
That's irresponsible, but also kind of amazing, but also irresponsible. Anyway.
Look, all I'm saying is if you manage to program a keyboard onto a physical piano, and we find out that some of the greatest speeches known to mankind are also some of the greatest pieces of music. How blown away are you going to be?
That'll be
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And you can find that and more, maybe, at the Hard Knock Media Podcasting Network. Jamie Noguchi, where can they find it? Give them the web address.
Just direct your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza and go to hardknockmedia.com. That's NOC as in Nerds of Color. That one goes out to all of my Last Dragon fans. Brandon Chalmers, every week since bullshit has happened, I've tried to find stories of positivity during the Black Lives Matter COVID everything.
You have
Everything.
genuinely taken on one of the hardest jobs on the planet.
It's been
you
tough.
have literally jumped into a septic tank and went, I'll find a pearl.
I will
confidently
find one.
Fucking like breaststroked your way through all of the shit. Jamie Noguchi,
it's been pretty bad. It's been pretty bad.
Found yourself a bit of shiny.
Yeah, for once I don't have anything that's political related, but last week
there you go.
There was a photographer on Twitter who posted a photo of a couple getting married on the Brooklyn Bridge. It was a beautiful shot, well composed. You have this beautiful shot of the woman in this gorgeous dress, and she posted it on social media and was like, "Hey, were you this couple? I have a whole bunch of photos of you on the Brooklyn Bridge. I noticed you didn't have any photographer. Let's connect and I'll give you this set." And so social media did its thing. They found the couple. She gave them the photo set. It was like a local news story on one of the New York news channels. But I thought it was great. It was like one of those things where like there's always an ethical discussion when it comes to street photography, like what's allowed, what is ethical to take. But in this instance, I feel like this had a feel good result to it.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where I don't know if they didn't, because obviously I don't know anything about this story, but I imagine that the person getting married either didn't have it because they were concerned about COVID issues or financial problems and decided that, this was going to be a moment for them. And maybe they got some cell phone photos or whatever it is. And they were like, well, we wish we had better photos, but this is just going to have to be enough. Our love is most important here. And good for them. And genuinely, congratulations to the couple. That's awesome though. One, awesome of the photographer for being like, hey, so just take it and enjoy it, which is, I have seen this a lot in a lot of artists that I know where they tend to devalue their work. And my knee-jerk reaction is like, don't give it away. But at the same time, it's like, it's their wedding and Jesus, it's a pandemic. And can you just like let them have this moment?
Yeah.
And good for everyone involved. I'm glad that they managed to get some beautiful photos. I'm super excited that the photographer had a chance to like reach out and go, hey, this is a really beautiful moment and you deserve to have it immortalized. And
and
there was congratulations.
They didn't have a photographer. It was just like, oh, we love this moment. We need to be happy and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it all turned out pretty well. It made me smile.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I have a dumb, well, depending on who you are, this is dumb, but I have a dumb story. Dumbish story.
Okay.
So
I've been hearing a lot of these this week. So
it's again, fortunately, it's not going to be about 45's disastrous interview because
radio silence.
Did the internet connection cut out on us? Hello, am I back?
The connection is definitely slowing down on my end. You are back. Let's rock and roll.
All right. Well, this is not going to be about 45's disastrous Axios interview because everyone else has been talking about that, so that's fine. Before we got on air, Disney announced that they were going to give up and release Mulan, the live-action Mulan, on streaming to Disney Plus for $30. $30 rental. So Brandon Chalmers, so first, you have to have Disney Plus, which most of us have at this point anyway. So I get that. Renting it for $30. If you have a family, that makes sense. Like, you know, the $20 rental for the Trolls movie made a lot of sense to me because we have a family of kids, and the people who are going to be watching the movie are going to have a whole bunch of kids. So that's, you know, that's definitely affordable. You want to get that into kids' eyes and all that kind of stuff. The Mulan live action movie,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. $30? Yes, no, maybe, eh.
I asked the question. One, would you end up going out and seeing it?
Yes.
Okay. If you saw it and it was appropriate, would you take your wife and or daughter?
I don't know. Cause it's weird because like Hazel loves Thor Ragnarok, which is violent as hell. But it's not a wuxia film. It's not like a kung fu film where they like take things super seriously. So I would have to screen it myself first, and then probably decide whether or not it was like.
Let's assume for a moment that your daughter was 3 or 4 years older.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Then all of us are going.
Okay. So then, how much are movie tickets?
It's like 12, I guess.
Okay, so you're going to go with the...
Is it 12?
You're going to go with the... Yeah, okay, so you're going to see like Sunday morning, 10 a.m. showing, discount ticket, yada, 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 right?
Yeah.
And you're not going to buy any popcorn, any sodas, anything?
We're definitely buying the popcorn. It's like,
okay.
So but for us, it makes sense. Like for a family of 3, or maybe even a couple, like the $30 price tag makes sense. For individuals, and this is where it breaks down for me. Like for individuals, I don't know if it makes sense, and I don't know if there's a way to like tier the pricing structure, because I guess that wouldn't make any sense.
Why?
But,
right, and this is the point that I want to make here.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see the thing, you will pay the money to see the thing.
Right.
If you want to wait, you can wait.
Right.
Because you're already going to have the Disney Plus.
Right.
Like, so let's take the I already have the Disney Plus out of the equation. If you are interested in Mulan as a live action film, there's a better than average chance that you are paying for a Disney Plus subscription right at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear what's going on upstairs, but I think my dog is losing his actual shit.
It does sound like is it raining up by you? Because it was.
No, it's not raining anymore. There's just literally him hopping around like a moron on the floor above me. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm assuming my girlfriend is like offering him a treat, and he's just really fired up. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Anyway. So let's take the Disney Plus subscription factor out of the equation altogether. Yeah. I'm convinced that if you are somebody who's going to go see this movie, then you're paying for entertainment, then paying for Disney Plus subscription isn't a big deal. Right. Okay, cool. Right on. All right. Now, if the argument is I should be, I paid $20 to see the Trolls movie when it got released. I have to pay $30 to see the Mulan movie. Congratulations. Welcome to Disney.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it this way, but I pay more for my iPhone because it's a name brand and because I trust it and because that's what it is. And frankly, I think I feel relatively confident in saying that Mulan's going to be a better film than the Trolls movie. I don't think anyone's really going to fight me about that.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I have to believe that a large production live action remake and or slight rewrite of a well-established Disney animated film that they're not going to play around with is probably a better story than Trolls 2. And if you're going to be weird about the $10, fuck off and sit at home. Rewatch whatever the shit that you have is. Yeah. Fucking die angry. What do I care? Like I
die angry.
Well, like it's if you are getting all bent out of shape about that $10, then you shouldn't go see it.
Yeah.
You should just fucking wait. And when it comes out on streaming, then you can buy it for $20.
Yeah.
But most likely, if you're bitching about that $10 anyway, you're going to fucking pirate it regardless.
Yeah, that's true.
So quit it. Like, be happy that the thing that you want to see is coming out, and you're going to get to see it when it first comes out, and you're going to get to see it in the safety and comfort of your own home. And if you yourself are going to go see it, let's say not Sunday morning, but you're going to go see it any other fucking time, and it's not $12, but it's $17, and then you go and buy popcorn and tax and a soda, you're spending $30 anyway, so shut the fuck up. You sad, lonely Mulan watching fuck. Like, just the fuck is going to watch a Disney movie by themselves? What sort of sad short story are you writing? Stop it. Go get a friend. You're going to go see it for a lot of different reasons, but also you're curious about it for a lot of different reasons, but you would go see it with your daughter if she was of the appropriate age.
Yeah, I think if she was 10, I would definitely go. Like,
right, yeah. So the chances of you being a single adult and being a Disney nerd and being like, I want to go see this, and then balking at the $30 price, I think it's such a small Venn diagram. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to make everybody happy until it just shows up for free with your Disney Plus subscription, which you think is probably way too expensive monthly anyway. Yeah. Fuck off. Like, just, I don't want to pay for entertainment. I just want the things to show up like YouTube. Like, fuck it. I don't know what to tell you.
So now the big question is, what are they going to do with Tenet? Because, like, I don't give a shit about this movie, but it's all anyone is talking about. Like, oh, well, Disney's doing this, and like, and Black Widow is coming out. So what are people going to do Tenet? What's going to happen with Tenet? Why don't they release it on streaming?
Here's Jamie. Here's a fucking rule about Tenet. If there is somebody who's really excited about Tenet, don't hang out with them. Don't hang out with them. Because they're the same kind of person who would fucking bitch about the most recent Star Wars to no fucking end because they can't just appreciate the things that they have, and they're supporting that fucking stupid petition for a remake or rewrite or whatever it is.
Yeah, I heard about that.
With your whiny crybaby bullshit.
I heard about that.
The Star Wars movie wasn't what I wanted, so I'm going to sign a change.org petition because what the fuck, Zack Snyder, whatever it is, got his fucking way.
Yeah, the Zack Snyder cut. The Snyder cut. So people think, yeah.
Congratulations. Zack Snyder got his way, so every incel cuck on the internet suddenly decides that they get to get a rewrite on everything because they don't like it. Fuck off. Like, genuinely. Just, God, that shit bothers me so fucking much.
Yeah.
Spend your goddamn time in the Reddit forums and write your goddamn fanfic, you heavy-breathing fuck. Like, I just genuinely, go away.
Yeah,
like, I don't need you in fandom. These are the same assholes who yelled about fucking a black stormtrooper. They harass Rose. I guarantee you, the line of people who genuinely didn't like those most recent movies, who aren't racist piece of trash, is like razor fucking thin. Razor thin. Because your justification for it is so fucking minute.
Yeah. Yeah. When I saw that story pop up like a few weeks ago, I was like, should we talk about this? And then I was like, no, because this is gonna be stupid.
No,
shit.
I'm sorry I drug you into it, but like
No. I saw it and I think it's the dumbest fucking thing, and I blame this whole Snyder Cut bullshit for it, because now people think that they're empowered to do this, and that they're gonna go to the internet and they're like, see, they're listening to us. So they're gonna be like, well, we should get rid of the Star Wars the sequels and get rid of like 7, 8, and 9 because they're blah blah blah, and they're not like the originals. I'm like, the originals are still there. In fact, they're on Disney Plus right now, and you can watch them without paying the extra $30 to rent them. So fucking
the dumbest thing we ever did was give these cucks a voice. Yeah. I genuinely mean that. Like, as somebody who is spouting their voice right now, I would give up my right if they have to give up theirs. That's the trade-off. If that's the trade-off, fine.
Oh, man.
Fine. I'll delete all my social media right now. Like, if you told me, hey, so 2 abusive assholes on the internet are never allowed to get back on social media again, but you have to give up your account, I'd hand you my fucking passwords.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hesitate about it for a second, because I'd realize the world's a better place.
Yeah. It's terrible. All right. Well, let's stop talking about movies because it makes us mad. Brandon Chalmers, upon what are you geeking this particular week?
Jamie Noguchi, I want to talk about a TV show. Okay.
Ooh.
Now you watch a lot of crazy shit. All right.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Right. You like your tokusatsu alone involves like weird wolf transformations and like
Punching bullets.
Fruit-based, right? Yeah, like but there's like fruit-based armors and all sorts of stuff like that.
It's good. So good. I love
One
it.
episode of this show. I'm going to go through some of the top points.
Okay.
A young man gets revenge on a gold heist. A prophet was poisoned. A punk rocker has amnesia and then beats an Australian. A young woman freaks out about a box that fell over for no particular reason. A snake and a man that looks like a baseball glove argue with a guy from Scotland. A ninja master fought a rapper for gold. The son of a masked hero calls out a messiah. And finally, an underground fight club ran by a former telecom CEO features a former ninja, a giant, and a Viking. That is one fucking episode of Monday Night Raw. One. Wrestling is better than anything you ever watched. Ever. Fucking fight me.
Is it coming back? Is it coming back?
That was fucking we record this on Tuesday. That was Monday Night's Raw.
Holy shit.
That were the plot points. And genuinely, there were so many reviews. I had to watch 3 of them to find out that the guy got poisoned. A man being poisoned was so low on the fucking, like, Jamie, Vince McMahon's son comes back and starts an underground fight club that looks like the old Def Jam fighting video game.
I saw
fucking reason.
I saw clips of that.
Why? What the fuck is going on? Why? Why was that? Why did people do things? Like, I don't understand half the plot points. What the fuck are with the ninjas? There was the really big guy who was, like, formerly a ninja, but now he's, like, a doorman? Who fucking whatever. And then, like, what? No. And then, like, why would established characters who have solid storylines, who are going for belts and all sorts of shit like that, suddenly decide that they would buck tradition and put on the fucking gloves and go down into this poorly lit fucking pleasure dungeon where this weird, super excitable, not Dana White would be like, "Welcome to Raw Underground," and would throw down with each other for no fucking particular reason. I cannot. The worst part about it all is that they bother to do this and then they poorly shoot it.
Oh,
this is a fucking company that has a goddamn movie studio who shoots the Marine motherfucker. They made 5 of them bitches. And how the fuck do you screw up a fist fight? How? Like, I want to understand how. How do you fuck that up? And I cannot fucking comprehend. And the only thing that ties it together, is genuinely the week before they had the lowest ratings they've ever had. And the only thing that I can think is that they had a production meeting and everything that anyone threw out there was just like, fuck it, let's see if it works. And we had what I can only describe as a fever dream worth of action that happened to feature wrestlers for no fucking particular reason. Wow. And then, for some reason, a rather delightful fucking backstage interviewer freaks out over a box because she assumes instead of it getting knocked over, I don't know, accidentally or by raccoons or really intelligent velociraptors, that somehow a gang of fucking ninjas who showed up bothers to fuck up the commentary and turn it into a poor Zoom call, which is what we're experiencing right now, suddenly decides to knock over a box for no fucking reason, and she has a goddamn down. And we spend of a 3-hour show 9 minutes on her having a meltdown about a box.
Oh my
Why?
God. This sounds amazing.
Like, I cannot fucking comprehend who the fuck greenlit this. And the only thing that blows my mind more than anything else is not 1, but 2 major fucking TV stations is paying them to produce this shit. NBC Universal paid them $500 million. $500 million. Fox to the fucking... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, I cannot for the life of me figure this shit out. And at the same time, while my blood pressure is through the fucking roof and I am burning through every bit of bourbon that I had to drink to fucking put together that goddamn review. And by the way, I dropped out. I was watching another review to try and get all the things. There were still 19 minutes left of that review. I missed 19 minutes of recap. 19 minutes of recap I missed.
Oh, God.
Like, I cannot. And I cannot figure out how anyone has the audacity to tell me to watch fucking Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, because it doesn't have ninjas. It doesn't have gold. It doesn't have a guy who's the son of a luchador calling out another guy who stomped his dad's face into a corner of a step and knocked his eye out for some fucking particular reason.
God.
And he's never been in a big professional match, but somehow he's going to show up on a goddamn pay-per-view, one of the biggest 4 of the fucking year, and bother to challenge a guy who calls himself, for all intent and purposes, Monday Night Messiah. Fuck your television show. Wrestling is better. Even when it's at its worst, it's better.
We need to watch the next pay-per-view.
I cannot. Gee,
We need to watch the next pay-per-view.
I'm tired, and I imagine you're tired of hearing me.
It's amazing.
Because that is just a what the fuck? That is one 3-hour episode.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Standing. For all intents and purposes, that is not 1, not 2, but at least 3 separate plots for Lethal Weapon movies.
Yeah. Do they do rebroadcasts on the network or
I think they do rebroadcast on the network. I also think that they do a crunched version on Hulu still, I believe. So I think you can watch an hour and a half version of the 3-hour show on Hulu. Personally, for me, if you want to keep up with this and not have to pay Vince McMahon, which is how I feel much more comfortable, I subscribe, and I think you should too, to What Culture Wrestling. They are outstanding. It's a bunch of guys out of England. They're very entertaining.
Yeah.
They tend to do recaps. They'll do a daily wrestling news, and then they'll do a thing called Ups and Downs, where a guy named Simon Miller basically breaks down the positives and negatives of each show that happens. Raw, SmackDown, AEW, what have you. They'll just kind of cover all of it. So you can keep up with wrestling in a much more condensed thing, because wrestling's fucking ridiculous, and keeping up with all of it is genuinely 9 hours of programming a fucking week. I don't have the patience for it, but I can absolutely sit through what tantamount is to an hour of multiple YouTube videos with a guy just kind of running through so this is rad, this is trash, this is great, this you want to avoid.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
When is the next pay-per-view? We should do what we did for Mania that time, where we both watched it in our living rooms and stuff.
I think it's a few Sundays from now. Okay. I got to see what's going on. And honestly, I don't even know what's going to happen between now and then. Will the Underground Fight Club go away? Will the Australians get their revenge? Will the guy lose his goal? I don't know. I don't know. Will the guy who got fucking poisoned? A guy gets poisoned, right? Somehow manages to fall out of the ring. The announcers managed to fucking Sherlock Holmes their way through the thing of, I think he got poisoned. What? And then this man, defiant of God's will and science, stands tall, rolls himself into the ring, finishes half a wrestling match, and then rolls back out and goes, I don't feel so good. Suddenly, Peter Parker in a fucking Avengers movie. And then, will he be back next week? Will they rule it a homicide? I have no fucking idea, because wrestling just decided that they were going to gouge some dude's eye out. And there's a guy who's champion who, the last time we saw him, he got in a fight in a swamp, and we haven't seen him since.
God, this sounds amazing. This sounds amazing. A guy got in a fight in a swamp with another guy who wears somebody else's face as a mask, and the guy with the face as a mask lost, and somehow we still haven't seen the guy with the belt, because I guess, I don't know, he couldn't catch an airboat back. I don't fucking know. Either that or WWE Films is shooting a remake of Gator. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
So we need to record an episode where we watch the next pay-per-view, because hopefully this crazy shit will continue, and we'll record that, and that will be our secret episode that you can pay for, $1 or whatever.
I think I think it needs to be either it needs to be a live one where we just do audio, or it has to be like a recap.
Yeah.
We're like, right when that thing's over, you and I sit down and go, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the problem is, I don't know if it'll be great or awful because wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody knows what we're going to get into. All I know is the entire wrestling internet community is like, the fuck did I just watch? And also, I want more of what I just watched.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you want out of television.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited now. I will drop dimes to get the network so we can watch that. So when the pay-per-view comes out, if we get a continuation of this stuff, because this sounds interesting as fuck to me.
Right. I don't know what to do. And genuinely, Jamie, this was not what I was geeking on up until I saw the reviews this morning, and I was like, fuck. And then there was another set of reviews that came out this afternoon. I was like, Jesus. So as I'm eating dinner, I'm making notes, and I'm like, this is fucking banana pants.
This sounds amazing. I want to watch whatever that is.
So and I hope
they need to film it better.
You know what? Yeah, one, they need to film it better, but two, you know what? Like I don't cave on things very often. I'm not that kind of guy, for better or for worse. But you know what? I know it wasn't considered an emergency essential business, but you know what? Fuck it. Y'all keep that up. Hats off to you. That's an essential business if I've ever seen one.
Yeah,
fuck it.
That sounds amazing. God.
Yep.
God.
Yeah. So
I'm geeking out on that. Whatever that was, I'm geeking out on that.
I'm sorry. Like I wasn't expecting to fire up that fast, and then that list started, and it was like, well, we're off to the races. Here I go.
You have my attention, sir. Now you have my attention.
I wish that reference wasn't that reference.
Man, holy shit. I don't know. I don't think it'll get any better than that. We should cut it.
Are we just done for the night? We're done for the night?
We're done. Why fuck with genius?
I'm good with that.
Why fuck with genius?
I'm good with that. Yeah, genuinely, kids. Yeah. Like, here's my suggestion to you. Type into your YouTube machine "What Culture Wrestling" and look at the ups and downs for Raw for this past week and watch it. And it's hosted by a delightful Englishman who is also a pro wrestler, so he understands the business. He definitely handles the show as if you've never seen it before, and he gets into it. And if you don't like that, cool. That is A-okay. Like most of the things that other people I would gladly say if you watch that and you're like, yeah, I still think wrestling's stupid, it's not for me. I'm not going to argue with you. It is fucking dumb. But in the same sense of like, I watch Hamilton. Musicals still aren't for me, but I can appreciate it for what it is. Give it a spin. And if you watch that and you're like, yeah, you know what? I could probably get down with this. It seems fucking ridiculous. What else are we going to do? Because, pandemic.
Yeah.
Like
pandemic. I mean,
I wish it was catchier so we could do a remake of Panama.
Yeah.
Only it's pandemic.
Pandemic. Yeah.
It doesn't. It's like this close, but it's not quite right.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing that's like somewhat wrestling related is like Dwayne buying the XFL, but
You know what? Until we figure out what the hell's going on with all of that, sure. You know what? I don't know what else to do with that.
But like,
congratulations, Dwayne Johnson. You now own a football league, or sorry, you now own a large percentage of a football league. Which,
sure. Holy shit! I want whatever you just said filmed like a proper like. Maybe Gonzo style where it's like, all like first person and like cameras all up in your face, or I don't know, something. But this sounds amazing. They need to keep going this way until the pandemic is over, until we have like regular wrestling. This is the only way they're gonna keep people's attention.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. And like you can't have audiences, and that's fine, and I understand that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And like, and please understand, they have done some weird stuff. They've gotten their like undercard guys to all wear masks and social distance and put themselves up against the glass like hockey fans and like start going banana pants. And frankly, that's just genuinely enjoyable too. Like you should watch it just for that because it's fucking hilarious.
God damn.
But yeah, watching people be paid to be wrestling fans is a whole experience.
Oh man. Well, Brandon, we were gonna talk about the Muppets as the Avengers, but this is it.
I think we can table that for another week.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. I am geeking on whatever you just geeked on. So fuck that.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Sorry, buddy.
That was amazing. Brandon Chalmers, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at @thatguychalmers. Jamie Noguchi, where can they find you?
Jamie Noguchi on Instagram, Angry Zen Master on Twitter. Stay away from Twitter. It's a cesspool of disappointment and sadness.
Fucking preach.
Book. I'll post links where we link stuff in our show notes and all that kind of stuff. And wear your goddamn mask, people.
Seriously.
Wear your goddamn masks. I was incorrect. I thought 45 putting a mask on his face would change things. It did not. So fuck him still. Fuck him and fuck y'all.
I knew we couldn't get away from it. I knew we couldn't get out of an episode without you getting into it.
Fuck him and fuck all y'all. So just wear the god. It's the very fucked least. It's the very least. You don't even have to make one yourself. You just put one on your fucking... You don't even have to, like, download any guidelines on how to, like, origami your own shit or, like, you know, pick cotton and, like, mash it up to make the fucking film. Just fucking...
Well, let's be honest. We know anybody who's not wearing a mask definitely ain't picking any cotton. Let's be clear.
True. Just put the fucking mask on. Just put the fucking mask on. All right, bye. Put it on. Goodbye. Goodbye.